My friends, welcome. In a world full of noise, I invite you to find a moment of stillness with me. I've learned some simple yet profound truths in my life. Truths about strength, freedom, and the very essence of our being. Come, let us reflect on them together. I have learned that to be truly strong, one must first become truly weak. This is the great paradox of our existence. We are taught to seek power. We seek it in wealth, in titles, in armies, and in the clenched fist. We believe that strength is the capacity to inflict our will upon others. But my life, which has been nothing but a long and often painful experiment with truth, has taught me the opposite. True strength, the only strength that endures, is found not in the fist, but in the open hand. It is found not in the shout, but in the stillness of the soul. It is the strength of a blade of grass that pushes its way through the hardest concrete, not with force, but with the persistence of life itself. When I first began this journey, I was a very timid man. I was afraid to speak in public. I was afraid of the dark, afraid of conflict. It was in South Africa when I was thrown from that train, when the cold of the night air met the fire of my humiliation, that I had to make a choice. I could answer the brute force of the empire with my own weak attempt at force. I could learn to hate, or I could find another way, a way that did not require me to become the very thing I opposed. And so, I stumbled upon the first great lesson: Ahimsa, non-violence. But do not misunderstand this principle. Ahimsa is not the polite name we give to cowardice. It is not passivity. It is the most active, the most potent force in the world. It is the courage to stand before a charging horse, a baton, or a bullet, and to not retaliate. It is the courage to look your oppressor in the eye, not with hatred, but with a profound and aching pity, and to say, "I will not strike you. I will not obey your unjust law, but I will not hate you. You may beat me, you may imprison me, you may even kill me, but you will never have my obedience, and you will never have my hate." This I called Satyagraha, the truth force. It is a power that operates on a different plane. Violence seeks to conquer the body. Satyagraha seeks to awaken the conscience. It does not seek to defeat the opponent, it seeks to convert him. It seeks to lift both the oppressed and the oppressor to a higher plane of understanding. It is the weapon of the truly strong, for it requires a courage that no soldier, with all his arms, has ever needed. This led me to the second lesson, which is the root of the first. Truth is God. For many years, I said, God is truth. But I found that this was not enough. People would argue over the nature of God. But no one, not even the atheist, can deny the power and the necessity of truth. And so I reversed it. Truth is God. What does this mean? It means that our life is a pilgrimage toward that ultimate reality. My life has been, as I have called it, my experiments with truth. I am not a Mahatma, a great soul. I am a simple man, a seeker, who has made many mistakes. But I have learned that to find truth, one must be willing to sacrifice everything. You must be willing to be wrong. You must be willing to reduce yourself to a zero. The ego is the greatest barrier to truth. It whispers to us of our own importance, our own righteousness. But truth speaks only in the silence. It is that small, still voice within. To hear it, I had to learn to fast, to pray, to spin, to be silent. I had to learn to listen not to the roar of the crowds, but to the whisper of my own conscience. And when that voice spoke, I had to obey it. no matter the cost. This revealed the third and perhaps most practical lesson. The means are the ends. The world is obsessed with the destination. They say, we want peace, but they wage war to achieve it. They say, we want freedom, but they use deceit and violence to grasp it. I learned a very simple, very profound law. The means are everything. As the seed is, so the tree will be. You cannot plant a seed of violence and expect to harvest a tree of peace. You cannot use hatred as your tool and hope to build a world of love. The path is the destination. Every step we take, every word we speak, every action we perform is the end we are creating. If I wanted a free India, I had to be a free man. I could not wait for a parliament in London to grant me my freedom. This led me to the fourth lesson, Swaraj, or self-rule. When we spoke of Swaraj, the British thought we meant only political independence. Many of my own countrymen thought the same. But I told them, no, Swaraj is not the changing of masters from a white man to a brown man. Swaraj is the rule of the self. True freedom is not the power to do as you please. It is the mastery over your own passions, your own fears, and your own attachments. A man who is a slave to his anger, or his greed, or his appetites is not a free man, even if he sits on a throne. And a man who has mastered himself is free, even if he sits in a prison cell. This is why I spun the charkha, the spinning wheel. It was not merely for cloth, it was a meditation. It was a symbol of self-reliance. With every turn of the wheel, I was spinning the thread of my own freedom. I was teaching myself and India that our destiny is not in the hands of empires, but in our own hands. Simplicity, non-possession, and control of the senses, this is the foundation of true Swaraj. And finally, my experiments taught me the most painful and the most necessary lesson of all. We are one. I look at the world and I see it torn apart by division. Hindu and Muslim, Brahmin and untouchable, white and black. It is the greatest sin. It is the denial of truth. I have said, an eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. We have become blinded by our small identities. We have forgotten that the God who is worshipped in the mosque as Rahim is the same God who is worshipped in the temple as Ram. We are all branches of the same magnificent tree. To poison one branch is to poison the whole. My deepest fasts, my most profound prayers have been for this, for unity. To cleanse my own heart and the heart of my nation of this terrible poison of otherness. When I see a man called untouchable, I see only a mirror of my own failure. If we are to find God, we must find Him in the lowest, in the poorest, in the Harijan, the children of God. So, this is what I have learned. That our weakness is our greatest strength. That the force of love is infinitely more powerful than the force of atoms. That our goal is not to win, but to be true. That our freedom is not a gift from others, but a victory over ourselves. And that we are, all of us, one. My life is my message. It is a simple message, perhaps. It is not easy. It has brought me pain and prison and loss. But it is the only truth I know. Do not wait for leaders. Do not wait for the world to change. Be the change. Be the truth. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. That is all. That is enough.